my name is Emma, and today I'm giving you guys a completely spoiler-free review of the entire Vampire Academy series written by Richelle Mead. I haven't done a full series review in about a year, and I'm super excited that I finally found a series that I just marathon and love so much that I just had to talk about all of the books. I had first read Vampire Academy back in May when I was going to BookCon because Richelle Mead was going to be there, and while I loved Vampire Academy, I had the pleasure of meeting Richelle Mead, and I am just super upset that I didn't read the whole series before then because I just have so much more to say to her now. But today I'm just giving you guys basically all of my thoughts on the series as a whole, and again, it's spoiler free so you don't have to have read Vampire Academy to watch this video, and I can hope that if you haven't read it by the end of this video you will want to because it is amazing. So I really like giving very in-depth synopsises when I'm giving a book review, and especially a series review, so that's what we're going to start with. So Vampire Academy is a contemporary fantasy novel, and in this world we have three main creatures, mythical beings, whatever you want to call them. The Moroi are the good vampires who possess magic that are kind of related to the four main elements, but they only use that magic for good. They can tolerate just a little bit of sunlight, and they feed on willing humans, but only a little bit at a time. There are 12 royal Moroi families that kind of rule the government of this world. Then we have the Dhampirs, who are half-human, half-vampire, that are trained and destined to be the guardians of the Moroi. They're basically humans with the Moroi's healing powers, but also kick-ass fighting skills, and, you know, they can live in normal sunlight, they eat normal food, they're basically normal except for those two things. And then there's the Strigoi, which are the bad vampires. They burn in the sunlight, they feed to kill, and they are out to wipe out the entire Moroi and Dhampir race. So the main character of this story is Rose, and Rose is a Dhampir who is also the best friend of a Moroi named Lissa, who is the last of one of the royal Moroi families. So at the start of the novel, Rose and Lissa are on the run from their school, St. Vladimir's. They've been there for 2 years because they thought that Lissa was in trouble until they are forcibly sent back to the school. In the first book, we basically just follow Rose and Lissa as they adjust to life back at St. Vladimir's, especially because Rose is 2 years behind on her training. Rose has a new trainer to help her catch up who is extremely attractive, and it seems that someone is following Lissa, and my god, does the series get crazy from there. Now honestly, it took me so long to figure out like a scale of which books I like the most to the least. Be aware that this is pretty much a scale of what created the most emotions for me because I pretty much love all of the books the same. And this is also not a scale of 1 to 6 because there are 6 books. It is 1 to 3 because I just could not narrow it down more than that, and that's what we're going to deal with. And I'm not going to hold them up because I have this whole nice little series display behind me, but I'm just going to tell you. So my top favorites of these series were book number 4, Blood Promise, and book number 5, Spiritbound. Then second on my list would be book 6, which is Last Sacrifice. And then coming in third would be a three-way tie between book 1, Vampire Academy, book 2, Frostbite, and book 3, Shadowkiss. That's as good as I could do because I just love all these books too much. Now to get into specifics, I'm going to start with the writing. Now at first, I felt like the writing was just a little young for me. I felt like if I read it when I was like 13, I would have been like twi-hard obsessed with it. It was just the way that in the beginning she would approach certain topics or certain events that made it seem a little abrupt or obvious. I don't really know how to explain it. But eventually the plot got so interesting that I chose to focus on that rather than the writing that bothered me. And I'm not saying that I sacrificed the writing for the plot or anything like that, okay? It was just that the plot and the story became so much more interesting and drew my focus more than the writing did. And also, the writing wasn't shit to begin with. Over the series, it definitely got a lot better, and I really enjoyed the writing by the end of it, but it was just in the beginning that it made me feel like a little young, and it wasn't really for me, even though I still enjoyed the series from the beginning. The only other thing that really bothered me about it was that certain things, like explanations of the Moroi or the Dhampir or the Strigoi, and really important events were always fully explained 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6 times throughout the series. It's definitely good to give a reader a refresher, especially when you're writing such a long series, but it does not always need to be the exact same amount of detail that it was when it was first explained. Like, I think by book 6 we understand what all of these mythical beings are fully. Like, I don't think we need that refreshed exactly the way it was first explained. Alright, now I'm going to talk about the characters, starting with Rose Hathaway. I fucking love Rose. I kind of associate her as like Clary if she grew up as a shadow hunter because Rose is so reckless and impulsive like Clary is, but she's so badass, and that's probably why I love her so much. She's super sarcastic and witty and snarky and basically everything you want in a YA protagonist. I also like how most of the time it really seems like she doesn't give a shit, but then throughout the story, like as it grows, you really get to see those more vulnerable parts of her. So basically she's the offspring of Jason Clary. Now Lissa Dragomir. first, I really disliked Lissa. In the first book, she was just so whiny, okay? Don't deny it, she just wouldn't shut up. Okay, but throughout the story, I really grew to love her. She's so unbelievably passionate about so many things and so dedicated to the people that she loves that it's really impossible not to love her as a character. Lissa is just so pure and good, but at certain times in the book, she actually gets really, really dark, and it's so surprising to see, but I really, really like that about her. And her and Rose's friendship is one of my favorite of all YA that I've read. I really, really like them as friends, and I really can't imagine this fictional world without them together. Now, Dmitri Belikov. I fucking love Dmitri too. He's so badass. While this is a fantasy book, the Dhampirs don't really have like a lot of super crazy special powers other than they're really good at fighting. But throughout the book, he's always described as being a god, and he is a god. I really love him and Rose's relationship because it's so like the forbidden fruit, but it's also so real. There's such nice character development throughout the whole series for him, and we see so many different sides of him that I really wasn't expecting from book one. So that's really cool. And one more character I want to talk about is Christian Ozera. I think Christian has a really interesting character line. I think the way he is and his attitude and just the way he presents himself is super different from a lot of characters that I've read from. When I had first heard about Christian, it was because, you know, the whole Dom Sherwood situation. He played Christian, now he's playing Jace, of course. But I had always automatically assumed that he was the main love interest, so I had all these expectations for him, but he turned out to be totally different, and I like him much better now. I like that he's short-tempered and that he really doesn't care what people think about him. And I also like that under that he's so devoted to Lissa, and throughout the whole series, you know, nothing matters to him other than Lissa, and it's super nice. So there are a ton of YA tropes that I feel haunt us readers in every single book we decide to read, but I feel like while Vampire Academy is kind of like stereotypical YA, it breaks a lot of those tropes, or at least puts a lot of twists on them, or also certain plot lines that are specific just to fantasy, but I feel like in Vampire Academy those are either non-existent or they're just changed in a way that makes them a lot better and more tolerable. I group Vampire Academy in with series like Twilight and Harry Potter and the Mortal Instruments, but I feel like, you know, something just sets it apart from the rest of them. It's one of those series that just gets better and better as it goes on, and there are so many unbelievable plot twists that it just makes it so amazing. Like, guys, I swear, every single chapter in the last 2 books ended on a plot twist. And it's not really a plot twist because, you know, you turn the page and, you know, everything's resolved, but every single chapter just ends with a bang, and it's so good. I wish I had done this for all of the books from the beginning, but halfway through the series, around the Blood Promise time, I decided to live Snapchat my feelings on Vampire Academy, and if you would like to add me on Snapchat, it is the same as my YouTube name, Emma Books, but I'm just gonna let you see what unfolded here.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay, so I'm just chilling in the shower, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I just somehow make a connection to the synopsis of the Bloodline series with the end of Vampire Academy. So then all I can think of is, oh my fucking god, did I just spoil Vampire Academy for myself? So I literally hop out of the fucking shower like there's still shampoo in my hair. So I'm just gonna chill here in my towel, read this book with my hair half washed, and figure out if I'm right or not. I think I've reached my breaking point.
I am still a hot mess. It's honestly so bad, guys. Like, this is my first legitimate book hangover that's lasted for more than 2 hours. It's been like 2 weeks and I can't stop thinking about it. It's really great though because I don't read a lot of books that can generate these kind of emotions in me that can absolutely take over my life. And while I'm super distracted and unmotivated to do anything besides read and think about Vampire Academy, it's nice to have books like this every once in a while. So like, when I talk about my favorite series, like Harry Potter is a completely different situation, but it's like, I gotta put my tea down for this. Like, this is the list, the top of the list for my favorite series. And like, this is the Mortal Instruments, okay? I think y'all figured that out. But this is Vampire Academy. Like, they're so close, and I don't know where it came from. It's really crazy how quickly I've come to love this series, but I'm so happy I decided to pick it up. Before you ask, I'm definitely going to be reading the Bloodline series. I have the first two. I think I'm going to wait until Ruby Circle comes out in paperback so I have them all together and I can just totally marathon them. But I'm super excited to read it. I don't think I will love it as much as Vampire Academy because I'm too attached to the main characters of this series. But I love it when authors write kind of like spin-off series of either characters or ancestors or just, you know, spin-off series that will let the worlds keep going on are my favorite. So I'm really excited to read it. I also feel like I have to mention the movie. Yes, the Vampire Academy movie adaptation, if you could even call it that. Yes, it was inaccurate, but I really enjoyed it. It's like City of Bones. For the record, this is like my 6th mention of the Mortal Instruments series in this book talk. So just so, you know, you wrap your head around how much I love the two of them. Like, it's pretty much equal at this point. It wasn't the best adaptation, but you know, they tried. You know, they get the "you tried" star from Tumblr. It's just the fact that one of my favorite books was brought to life. I mean, the casting was on point in my opinion, but everything else. I would like more adaptations. I would like for it to get a second chance. But to be honest, I think Vampire Academy is a promising series enough without a movie franchise. So like, I'll live very sadly, but I'll live if they don't make more movies, because, you know, they probably won't anyways. That's pretty much it for my book talk on Vampire Academy by Richelle Mead. I really enjoyed the series. I really enjoyed writing this review. So leave your comments below and let me know what you guys thought about Vampire Academy. I just need to discuss it more, and I'll never not need to discuss it. So anytime you want to talk about Vampire Academy, I'll be here. But that's it for this video, and I will see you guys soon for a new one. Bye! I can't reach it.